to the streets of Johannesburg on the 24th of March with a 5-kilometer run. The purpose of this is to raise awareness and educate people on prostate and testicular cancer. Now, the statistics of males being diagnosed indicated a frightening high increase over the years in South Africa. Here to share more on the initiative, we're joined by Marketing Communications Manager at Hollard, Warwick Bloom, Head of Marketing at Communications, and then of course we're joined by Professor Michael Herbst, Head of Health at Cancer. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Warwick, let's start with you, because I think one of the big things, we do this every year on the show, so I'm very familiar with the Hollard Daredevil run. Are the messages starting to hit home?
Very much so. Every year we see an increase in the number of runners, but more importantly, we see much more engagement from media, and that's really what it's about, is trying to get the message out there that both testicular and prostate cancer can be beaten if they're caught early enough. And so what we're about is raising the awareness of testing and self-testing and testing in labs that can be done to just prevent catching it late.
Warwick, I want to thank you for coming like this, because you've increased our viewership by 1 or 2.
My wife and my girlfriend are both watching.
I'd like to thank my wife and my girlfriend. That is so funny. Prof, let me bring you into this conversation, because I think it's such an important thing that Warwick has touched on, is the fact that the media is buying into it. But I want to talk about language, because there are still a lot of men who live in this idea that to go for these tests, it's not manly. They don't want to talk about this conversation, because it's a horrible conversation.
Because the moment you talk about a lubricated finger, I mean, they just get so scared that they can't say anything. And I always say to gentlemen like that, women have a much more intimate examination when they go for a pap smear, and they survive that. We don't only have a responsibility towards ourselves to maintain our health, we have it towards our loved ones. Our spouses, our brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and siblings or whatever, and maybe even your wife and girlfriend, to bring in the lighter tone of this morning's beautiful tip-top statement. But really, but we like, as far as the Hollard Daredevil run is concerned, to also bring in the fun side of it. And I think running in the Speedo is part of the fun side of it. People come in, a little bit scared, and Warwick will tell you how they approach the start of the race. And by the time that they're in a kilometer or whatever into the race, I mean, they're bold and because we're bringing a wonderful message home. You know that more than 7,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer in South Africa every year. And it starts at age 40. Then men should start having their regular prostate-specific antigen tests. And unfortunately, I must say to them, it is linked to a digital rectal exam. They should go and see their doctor or a urologist and have the 2 tests done. But Hollard doesn't only put their mouths where the money where their mouths are. They've gone all the way. They've provided the Cancer Association with a man van that since last year has been going out into rural areas. And we're proud to say that because of Hollard's participation in fighting men's cancers, we were able to test 8,112 men in rural areas for prostate cancer, which we would never have been able to do. And this is the great side of this wonderful Hollard Daredevil run.
I want to talk a little bit about the fear factor about going for the invasive examinations. We've collaborated with Cancer, and we make available something called the PSA test, which is available to all men over 40 who are running the Daredevil run. And what that is just a finger prick. They just take blood from your fingertip and they test it on a reactive surface, and that is a very good indicator of prostate cancer. So it's not invasive. The more invasive tests follow after that. If you get a positive result in that, then you obviously need to go for a more detailed examination. But there is a blood test, and there is this fingerprint test that can at least give you an indication if you're nervous about going for the whole hog.
We're running out of time very, very quickly, but I just want to talk very quickly, get a reaction from both of you. The fact that this conversation is so beautiful, because we're not starting the conversation every year. We're actually moving the conversation along.
Absolutely, you are so correct, because the message is starting to grow, and I really think that the way that it is being done assists in getting this message across. Because of the fear of men, they make a few jokes around the little talk and having a drink or whatever. And the moment you start talking closer to the belt, but this approach helps to open up men and let them talk about this more and more. And wives and girlfriends should really encourage their men to go
I think
for
that's
testing.
at the heart of it, actually.
Yeah, it takes a lot of guts actually to wear a Speedo and run through rush hour traffic, but it's nothing compared to facing cancer.
Yeah.
And that's really the message that we want to bring is have some guts, have some balls, and wear your Speedo and run with us on the 24th of March.
Warwick, from your lips to God's ears, have some guts, have some balls, and take part on the 24th of March. It's a 5-kilometer run. Go and Google the details if you want to find out more. Warwick, thank you so much for raising our viewership. We take an ad break. We have to go. He's just too sexy for words. Let's take an ad break.